Buddy?
Yeah, buddy, Kyle struggled out there.
Yeah.
First of all, what did you see from him, and did you see a lot of frustration out of him?
Maybe not as crisp as we've seen him. We didn't help him a great deal either, but probably his stuff was probably not as crisp, like I mentioned, and maybe a little bit elevated.
Buddy, to follow on Thomas, do you think Kyle got frustrated by the mistakes made behind him, and did that affect his pitching?
No, I don't think so. You can ask him though.
I will.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good one.
No, yeah.
So, Buddy, baseball is obviously unique because no other sport will play doubleheaders. When you have a tough loss last night and then one that gets away from you, is it sometimes good, especially with the young team, to be able to turn right around and play?
Could be. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how to answer it, but I think if I were to say yes or no, I'd say yes. Let's get right back at it. Get right back on them. So I'd say yes to that question.
Buddy, what did Mines do to keep you guys off balance?
Good fastball location, good split. His change is sort of a split-fingered pitch. Good little tight slider. So it was a mix of pitches. I thought, he pitched. I think that's the thing that stood out for me. Moved the ball around. He was a number one pick. He's got pitch ability with a good, with a pretty good arsenal. So again, I think more than anything, probably the pitch ability factor I think came into play.
GVG is in the minors was mostly a one plus inning
Right.
guy. He's been able to stretch out and do
Yeah.
a really nice job. Can you talk about that transition to success? He's
Well,
had?
when you get to the big leagues as a rookie, you could be used in a lot of different roles, right? I think with, just the way the construction of our bullpen, we've needed him to pitch a little bit longer. He's been pretty much recently throwing strikes. Today was really efficient. But I think young pitchers will do what they're asked. He comes to us all the time and say, hey, whatever you guys need. 1 inning, 3 innings, it was 3+ today, which was awesome, which is definitely what we needed, to your point. But, there's 3 pitches in there. There's a good fastball, there's a slider, there's a, really above average changeup that he uses to both left and righties. But, he's doing his part in a bullpen that sort of has recently turned it around over the last couple of weeks.
Buddy, you're trying to get some momentum going. How disappointing is it to see some of the defensive plays, as you said?
Yeah, a little sloppy today, right? Amador with the drop, Goodman letting that ball deflect off him, not what we're used to seeing. So again, some of these young guys got to realize the importance of defense.
Buddy, even with the slow start to the season, you had mostly strong home crowds. Just what
Yeah.
would your message be to fans to
Well,
keep them happy?
like I've said this repeatedly, this is a great sports town. They love their teams, which is impressive. It really is. I think it shows a lot of loyalty. I commend the Denver sports fan, right, for showing up for all of us, right? Rockies, Avalanche, Nuggets, Broncos, collegiate sports, lacrosse. It's impressive. It's a great fan, and I'm actually proud to be a part of this, right, of this community that the fans come out and support us. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Good luck.